Oh, man.
Oh my.
That was a little rough on the end there, man.
You know what that is? You know what that is right there? That's the deacon. That's the deacon at church who can sing, but he smokes cigarettes on Saturday and Sunday at the jazz club. You know what I mean? So it should be good.
Yeah.
But man, he had already smoked them cigarettes. Last night at the jazz club.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Smoked one too many. Shit.
I'm tripping.
Damn. So how's everything going, man?
Oh man, it's good, man.
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, man. Another week.
Yeah.
Another week. Nothing too crazy.
No. Into March now.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
Yep. Cruising right along. Spring break time.
Yeah. My daughter starts Monday. Spring break.
Yep.
I'm like, damn. I need a week off. Shit.
Right.
I need a spring break. While you bullshitting.
Shit, dude. Don't we all?
Man.
Right?
Serious, man. Like it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but yeah, man. Yeah, we already 3 months in.
3 months in. It's crazy, man.
We said it though. We said it at the beginning of the year, man. Like, should be going fast, bro.
It just goes by too fast, man. Like, you can't even catch a breath, it seems like.
It's like this. 2021. Right. That's it.
Before you know
Eyes
it,
closed,
it will be
2021.
Yeah. Right.
What?
Before you know
Happy New Year.
Right.
Happy New Year. Like what? It's crazy, man.
Crazy.
It's crazy. But I think everything's going good. We got the election shit going on right now, which is crazy.
People dropping out.
Yeah, dropping out, getting kicked out, however you want to look at it.
Right.
Just a lot of crazy political stuff going on. We got the Heineken virus, or what is it? The Bud Light. The coronavirus.
Right.
Coronavirus, which is nothing to really joke about. It's a serious thing, but
right.
Just the amount of fear that's going on in the country and in the world with that. You know what I'm saying? And educate yourself.
Absolutely, man.
Educate yourself.
Don't get caught up in all the hype either. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. Do your own research.
Right.
Do your own research. As always, as we always say, do your own fucking research.
Yeah, it's super important, man.
And social media don't count.
Checking the news on social media, huh? Seeing what the coronavirus is doing.
And the news counts, but just exhaust every avenue.
Right. If you really want to know,
right,
do your research, find out, take in what you want to take in, you know. I'd also say don't hit the panic button just yet.
Right.
I mean, yes, it's a new virus. It's something very serious, but,
Yeah.
I think it's something to be concerned about. But
for sure.
I think we're.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
A lot of people are hitting that
Here's what I think is funny. Like, you should be worried about other people's germs anyway, bruh. And your own.
Right.
Like, it took this for y'all motherfuckers to say, wash your hand.
Right.
You dirty sons of bitches. What was you doing before?
Right. Taking a shit and not washing your hands?
Hey, it be like that, bro.
Oh, I know it'd be like that.
But be like that.
But now you can't even get a goddamn Clorox wipe anymore, in the store.
Right. Toilet paper gone.
Which I still don't really understand.
Even water prices at an all-time high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So invest in water now.
Right.
Your stock just for the next
Dasani,
month.
Here I come.
Oh man. Your shit skyrocket.
Man. It's just crazy though.
Man. Man. It's crazy.
It's crazy out there.
Motherfuckers in a frenzy.
You know what though? Before we dive into the topic, something I've been kind of wanting to talk about a little bit. And it should be a fairly fast conversation, but you ever wake up, man, and it's just a weird ass day for no apparent reason?
Yes.
Like, it's just weird. Like didn't get in a fight with your spouse.
Right.
Nothing bad happened.
Right.
You just wake up and it's just like, why does the air feel so
different?
Weird.
Yeah.
It just feels so. This has been happening to me quite a bit recently.
Okay.
This week has been okay, but the previous 2 weeks have been just waking up super bizarre.
Okay.
Like the earth is spinning slower, and then you see the clouds whizzing by, and you're
Right.
like, what the hell is going on?
Right,
It just, everything seems a little bit off. Not bad, not like it's negative, but I don't know, man. It's just super bizarre, man. So I just wanted to see if that's ever happened to anybody else. I mean, because I feel like, am I just the weirdo here that just feels weird sometimes?
So I think normally it either comes with some type of news is coming. I think anxiousness is like a feeling. Sometimes you could have like you said, almost subconscious anxiousness, where there's no reason for you to feel anxious. Everything's fine. Everything's going the same way. Everything's in order, right? In the way that you know it to be. And there might be some things on your plate that we all have things on our plate that we got to deal with, whether normal or not. But sometimes I think we get this kind of, 6th, 7th, 8th sense where we feel something coming, and it could be either bad or good.
Very true. Yeah.
And it could be, and it could be major or minor.
Right.
It could be something that's bad, but it's a minor thing that you can deal with. So I don't know. That's kind of I've had those same days where I'm just like, man, just nothing crazy happened,
but just seems a little bit off.
Yeah.
Like it's just not quite right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's just a little bit off. So I'm going to segue into our topic here.
Okay.
And I'm talking about
dive in.
Yeah, we're going to dive right in. And I want to talk about energy. And I want to talk about positive and negative energy and how it affects people around us.
Okay, so you got a battery.
Mm-hmm.
One side is flat. The other side has a little...
So positive, negative.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to talk about that? Oh, okay. Podcast over. All right.
See ya.
Hey,
right? Over.
Conversation
over.
That's it, right?
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Let's talk about it.
No, we were having a conversation, I don't know, a few weeks back, and we were talking outside, and we're, just chopping it up, and I said, let's save this conversation. And I think the time is now, because
I remember.
I think what we do, whether it be positive or negative or everything else in between those two extremes, takes a toll on people and the effect it has on other people.
Yes.
Not just yourself, but everybody else around you.
Agreed.
It's like the Earth orbiting the sun, in the sense of it's an orbit, basically. It's an energy that people will take from you,
right?
Feed off of you,
right?
And so, basically, what really hit me was we had that little conversation that we had, and then like a week or so went by, and I had a really rough morning, and I walked into work, and I usually walk in with a good positive attitude. I try, right? I really do. I really do try to be as positive as possible.
Right.
I was kind of pissed off.
Okay.
No particular reason. I was just like, yeah, fuck today. Right? And I walked in with that attitude. And I walked in, and everybody was like, hey, what's up? And I was like, hey, that's all I said, And the one of the supervisors I work with, he said to me, he goes, what's up with your energy today?
It's crazy.
And I went,
it's crazy.
Don't fuck with me. I kind of went off.
Right.
And he let me go through it, and he goes,
you good now?
Yeah, you good? Because we kind of need your energy. We all feed off of your energy.
Okay, yep.
And so this is why I wanted to talk about that, because I have a leadership role.
Right.
And he understands that.
Right.
And he was like, do you understand that other people, when you walk through this door, things change around here?
Yes.
And I was like, it kind of hit me, and I was like, I always knew about the energy that people bring in, you know, but I was like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was like, damn, wow. Well, all right, you got to give me some time to pull out of it
Right.
you know, and it took me a good couple hours to actually pull out of that funk that I was in, that negative energy.
Whatever it was. Yeah.
Right. You know, but, because I know when I walk in the door, man, I'm like, hey, what's up? I'll usually say something stupid to him or whatever,
Right.
like joke
Crack
around
a joke
with, like,
or whatever.
Right. First thing in the morning.
Right.
Like, I want to set the tone, you know?
Right.
And I also wanted to say, too, like, with, you know, particular energies, I'm not talking about being happy. I think that gets, that's different. I'm talking about like a
positive, negative.
Right. Just like a positive attitude, not meaning I'm jumping around and, you know, hey, everybody, you know.
Right.
I'm not in a damn circus, you know.
And you know what? And I have to interject on that because those two can be confused.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And I want to talk about that because I think a lot of people get happiness
and positive totally mixed up.
Right. I think they're two totally separate things.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just you know, I just don't like it.
That's a great point.
Right.
That's an incredible point, bro.
Because
that's crazy.
Because being happy is more of like an emotion.
It is. It's a personal emotion, feeling.
Right.
That you have.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody can share it with you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You may be happy because you just painted your walls. Right? You just put new paint on your walls in your house, and you know you wanted this particular look, and and you're ecstatic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Somebody comes in, they're not really happy. Oh yeah, that's cool. So that's your emotion. You're happy. That's you own that.
Mm-hmm.
That only has to do with you, right? Now, can your happiness have a positive effect on people? Yes,
right,
of course. But just because you're happy doesn't mean that it's going to have a positive effect on people.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, some people come in, or some people you come across fake happy too.
I was like, man.
And like, I mean, come on, man, you could
go in.
Usually read right through that and be like, come on, man, like, get that smile off your face. You ain't that happy. Like, you know, it's genuine.
You can pretty much tell when somebody has a false sense of, I'm happy.
Right.
Everything's going good. Everything's great.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, kiss my ass.
Quit lying.
Good for you, buddy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, then
now your happiness has turned me. I'm hating. No, I'm just like.
Well, sometimes that is true, though. You know, where you're like, you're so fake, man. Like, so you know, it's two totally separate things. Your emotion, right? Yes, it can. Like you said, it can turn a room into a happier place.
Right.
But usually that emotion is not lasting, you know.
No.
Whereas a positive attitude
and a positive energy
will carry
throughout the day.
Can carry throughout the day.
Throughout the day.
And it could be as simple as, thanks, man, for doing that. I really appreciate that.
That's it.
I mean, really, it could be that simple.
The way you say things.
Right. But it could even be something negative, you know, that you have to convey across, right, to somebody else.
Right.
But what you do
criticism,
is right. But you put the positive spin on that.
Exactly.
Right? You know,
right.
I always like to do negative and then lead with and then end with a positive.
I agree.
Like, hey, this is, you know, you're doing something wrong here. Let's try to correct that. But thanks for doing
right.
XYZ,
Right.
whatever, you know, and try to reinforce it with something positive.
Right.
That way it's not super negative all the time.
Yeah, I think kind of the way that I attack it is I always develop a we philosophy. So again, I'm in a leadership role as well.
Right.
And so I always try to explain it like we're a team. You know what I mean? And even with my daughter, man, and her playing softball, I don't play. You know what I mean? And I've never played the game of baseball, softball. But I have knowledge about the game, and I have criticism towards her about certain things that she does, whether it be effort, whether it be a play that she missed because she just couldn't get it, whatever it was. But when I talk to her, I always say we. Like, we have to do this and we have to do this because I need her to understand that she's not doing anything wrong by herself, right?
Right.
And I also need her to understand here's what she needs to do to correct some of the mistakes and, things that happen, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I'm with you for the journey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you for the work. We need to do this.
Right.
I'm putting it on you to have ownership over what you did, but I'm right here with you.
Right.
Every step of the fucking way.
Right. We're going into battle together.
And that's basically a positive.
Right. Yes.
That's a way to be positive.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
About your criticism and say, because when you just stand there and point the finger and even when I discipline her, you did wrong. You did this. Right?
Right.
What can we do so that this doesn't happen again?
Right.
Because as a parent, I have some ownership in that. Right? So I think there's ways to communicate that come off more positive than negative.
Right.
Right?
Again, here we go. Another communication thing. Right?
Always. It's always
right.
communication.
It's always communication. But, and then on the same note or same token, on the flip side of it is that negative, right?
Yes. And that's even more detrimental.
You ever meet somebody too, man, that's like they're just so negative, they'll bring down the whole room.
Man.
Just bring down the whole room. The whole mood is
more often.
And you're
than
like,
not.
what the hell is going on? And it might take you a minute to figure out what the hell's happening here. I countless times, man, I can where people are just words don't have to be said either for negativity, actually. And the same with positive as well. Like there can be an energy, you know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree.
Just the way you carry yourself or something like that, usually, hands crossed,
Yes.
Or,
Body language, facial expressions.
Yeah,
yes.
And then, but man, how do you have a way to overcome that if somebody's bringing in, say somebody on your team's being super negative, as a leadership,
Ooh.
like, is there a way that you can think of that, to overcome that energy, to turn that around?
I think what I've always tried to do is not try to change negative energy. Well, I think I try to get down to the heart of it.
To why?
To why.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, look, man, we're all human beings and we're all going through shit. And I do understand bringing, if we're talking strictly with work, but anywhere, right? Like I do understand bringing something from here to wherever it is that you're going, either professionally, socially, whatever. It's hard to hit the off switch.
Mm-hmm.
These things are still in our mind. Sometimes we're pissed off about something that happened 2 days ago. We don't even know. We don't even know it. Like subconsciously, we're still upset at something that happened or something that we did. So I always try to find the root, right? And then I also try to talk about it, and I try to tell, like, what do you need? Again, like, what do you need? I noticed that something's off today.
Right.
We don't have to talk about it. You don't have to tell me why. What can I do to help you get past this in this moment, right? And I think a lot of times, initially when I do that, I think that people are receptive and they kind of take that negative energy away by themselves, right?
Right.
You know, there's a great quote that my mom told me. She said, sometimes the best way to guide somebody is to let them lead the way.
Right.
Right. And so I think that a lot of times if you have somebody around you that's creating negative energy, that you kind of need, you know, there's nothing, you have to be around this person.
Right.
Right. I think there's a way that you can talk to them and at least make them feel like I sympathize or maybe empathize with you. I understand what you're going through. We don't have to dive into it.
Right. That's a big one.
As long as they have that blanket of, okay, somebody's got my back.
Right. I think that's really big. What you said there is where you empathize with that person, depending on what it is, because some people just bitch and complain just to bitch and complain, and you're like, shut the fuck up, you know, like,
oh yeah,
you know, quit bitching about shit and let's, you know, right. But some people are going through some real shit,
right,
and they might be really down, and they might be going through some real stuff. And, you know, I've come across most times and not, they don't want to talk about it. And I don't, you know, I don't expect them to, you know, it's just, you know, try to make them understand that they're affecting other people without saying, hey, you're infecting or affecting other people, you know, with your attitude.
Right.
So, you know, some of the approach that I usually do, I usually start, I have to know the person. Okay. So it's not something like I could walk into a room, you know, and not know anybody and then kind of change the room because there's one person that's sitting in the corner that's changing the whole vibe of the room. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know that person. But if I know the person, I tend to talk to that person about their likes or their, you know, get
hobbies.
Their yes.
Yeah,
get the, you know. So music.
Hey, did you watch this week?
Yes, music, TV, video games.
That's a
you know, like take their mind off of, you know, bitching about, you know, whatever it is they're bitching about.
Whatever it is.
And that negative energy. That is, for me, that is one way to subside that negative energy, and it gets their mind working differently. In a sense of, oh, I'm thinking about this now.
Right.
Oh, hey, did you watch that show? You know, or hey, I know you like video games. Have you played this video game? Or hey, you know, I just watched that movie. You told me to watch it like 3 weeks ago. Man, it was really, you know,
album. It was crazy.
Right.
Have you listened to it? Nah, I ain't listening.
Right.
Yo, what are you talking about? Track 2 was crazy, did it?
Right.
Really? I'm looking it up right now.
It's usually getting to know somebody and then getting to know what they like and steering them down an avenue without them knowing that you're steering them down an avenue. I think that's what a great leader does.
Yes. Again, that quote is going to stick in my mind for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's a great quote.
The best way to guide somebody is to let them lead the way. That's the way.
Right.
And, you know, even if you don't know somebody, I think one thing that I've always tried to do is, and you know this about me, is try to involve, right? I think sometimes, and I'm the same. I get in these pockets too where if there's a new situation, I kind of stand back, right? And I guess my energy can be almost assumed as negative. It's not. I'm you know, checking out the situation.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? I'm not going to fully come out and be like, hey,
Right.
hey.
Right.
I don't know you yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I'll say this has worked for me dealing with other people. And this has worked for me being in the corner. When I felt involved, right,
mm-hmm.
is when I have been my best in a newer situation. So when I've been in situations where, you know, and then especially as a parent, because you find yourself a lot of times in situations where you don't know most of the people there, sports, school, whatever,
Right.
meeting the parents of your daughter's best friend who come from a different background or may come from the same you just don't know, right?
Right. Right.
And so I felt that when I feel involved and we kind of have similar interests or something that we can find a commonality in,
Right.
then I can open up and be myself and be positive. Now, again, I'm not being negative, per se.
Right.
Because I'm just peeping the situation.
Mm-hmm.
But in a sense I am, because I'm not being my full self. And I think that's okay. But I also, there's some people in this world that can do that. There's some people in this world that can just walk in a room and do what they do. And normally every situation is different.
Right.
So I felt that, but if I'm in a situation where there's somebody new, or even there's somebody that I kind of know, but they're being on some weird shit,
mm-hmm.
they're just not feeling it that night, whatever it is, like I try to involve, hey man, what you doing? Come on, man. Let's go. Hey, let's go have a good time.
Right.
Because I think when you just keep hitting people over the head with positive energy, you got two choices. You either jump on the bandwagon or you get upset and leave.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's personally what I've tried to do.
Right. I think it's really good to assessing a situation, especially with, you know, in a crowd that you don't know. So a lot of people take this the wrong way for me. A lot of people think I'm really shy, right? And I am a little bit shy. I'm not, you know, like I am not a very outgoing person.
Right.
You know, meaning like what you just said, like, hey man, let's do this thing.
Right.
I like that, you know. But I know a lot of people that are and that can control a room with their positive energy. It's amazing to watch. It really is. But I'm that type of person where, like you said, I will watch a room for a while, and then, you know, usually somebody will catch you, and then you start. And that is really good what you said about involving somebody, right?
Yeah.
Somebody might involve me, thinking because I'm standing back, I'm with 2 or 3 other people that I know, and they're conversing with other people in a setting, and they see me, and they might think, wow, what the heck's going on with this guy?
Right.
I'm going to go up to this guy, you know, and then we'll start talking about something.
Right.
And then, or vice versa will happen. You know, oh, let me go talk to this person.
Right.
I'm going to go sit over in this corner where it seems kind of quiet. I'll go sit over there. And then, you know, and then you start infecting people that way.
Yeah.
You know, and so assessing this, the situation or the room and trying to figure out what's going on, you know, with certain energies, you know, and directing that.
Okay, yeah. So let's jump on that. Yeah, you definitely gotta assess the energies. In the room.
If sometimes
because there's always a general vibe,
right?
But then there's individual vibes in certain pockets, especially if you're in a crowd,
right?
But I mean, shit, dude, even if you're just hanging with your family, you know what I mean? And it's you, your mom, your dad, your cousin, your sister.
Right.
Somebody, like, everybody's having a good time. Sister's over there, and you could tell she's having a good time. something wrong with sis.
Right.
Something wrong with bro.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't. You good? I'm good.
Right.
We keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
No, man, fuck that, man. Come in, get it on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to assess the energies and I think that to your point that you made earlier, sometimes it is okay to say, okay, that's what you on?
Out.
And it doesn't have to be out forever.
No. But
I ain't fucking with you today. You on some other shit.
Right. Dude, but that's
facts.
real. That's really real. Like,
hey, bro, you tripping. You call me with this shit, call me tomorrow.
No matter what it is. It could even be in a work setting, right?
Oh, big time.
And
I've done it as a supervisor.
I will excuse myself and I got other stuff to do.
I've done it as a supervisor where I've literally walked in, been hit with like 5 negative things. I think I just did it 2 days ago. Mm-hmm. I walked in, I said, dude, I ain't even clocked in yet.
Right.
You could tell me about whatever you want to tell me about when I clock in.
Right.
Oh, it's like that, but today it's like that.
Right.
Like, let me get in and
let
get
me breathe.
Settled.
Can I breathe?
I've done it when I got home.
Right.
Dad, hey, I ain't even took my work shirt off yet. Like, come, let me get to my room.
Right.
And then I can deal with it. Because sometimes you gotta shut that shit down.
Right.
Well, he did this and they did this and da-da-da-da and this is wrong and this is wrong. Okay, hold on. Let me get my mantra right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I gotta get right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you gotta shut that shit down, bro.
Right.
Sometimes you do.
Right. Oh, yeah. You got to. I think it's pretty important to just be aware of your energy. No matter what it is. If you're having a bad day, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with having a bad day and, going through the shit that you're going through, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Everybody goes through different shit, different times of their life. And sometimes it's real severe. Sometimes it's not. Assess your situation, and just know that you are one way or the other, you are affecting other people. And I don't think people understand that that's a real thing. That energy,
you have to make a conscious decision every day to have to have a positive outlook and a positive energy.
Right.
And that's a hard thing to do. Like, it's easy to say.
Of course.
It's a hard thing to do.
Of course.
We wake up with stress. Yes. We go to sleep with stress. We probably go to sleep with more stress than we wake up with. Right. You know what I mean? And it's just the way this life is. And so it's hard to wake up and, you're stressed about this is going on, whatever it is. You got to go to work. You don't want to go to work. It's too early. It's too late, whatever.
Right.
And and sometimes you're not always in the greatest of moods.
Right.
Or you're not where you want to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I think that if you have an outlook as to where you're going to attack it the best way you possibly can. Right. One thing that I've tried to do over the years that I didn't always do, right, was to make it a point to greet everybody I came across, especially at work. Right?
Right.
Good morning. Mm-hmm. Good morning. How are you? Good morning. How are you? Hey, what's up, big dog? Good morning. What's going on? Good morning. Mm-hmm. Make it a point. Before I do any work shit, I'm going to walk through this building and I'm going to say good morning to everybody. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
What I've noticed since I've done that is that when they leave, from across the fucking building. All right, Adrian. Peace.
Right.
Peace. Hey, bro. Peace.
Right.
That's how it be.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because when you have that energy and you
that's such a good positive
you see
energy.
What I'm saying?
And it's
just
so simple.
Just a fucking good morning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Right.
Oh man, I feel you. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this, man. I'm about to knock out right now.
Right.
Shit, I don't know how we do it.
You know, even sometimes joking around a little bit,
man,
being a little bit playful,
crack a joke,
man, can set a tone too.
You
know what I'm saying?
You gotta know who to crack a joke.
Well, you got to know your audience, right? You really have to know your audience with that. And
That's facts.
you know, yeah, you know, you don't want to tell a dick joke or something, you know, you know, or something.
I keep a chamber of jokes. I keep a chamber of jokes depending on who I'm dealing with. So if I got some dad jokes,
right?
I got some not so dad jokes. You know what I'm saying? I got some locker room jokes. You know, you gotta have everything. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, I'm gonna tell you a quick little story, man. Is it also the other reason I brought this topic up is actually just yesterday, but actually it was 2 days ago. Somebody at work was telling me they were super stressed out and they didn't, you know, they were feeling just like they were affecting their team because they were so stressed with everything that's going on at work, right? Okay. And I won't get into the nitty gritties of all the work shit. Of course. You don't really need to know, bore you to death anyways. But so I told, you know, I said, just try to stay as positive as possible, right? And like, yeah, you're right. Should try to stay as positive as possible. So I was thinking about it, man. It was Thursday and I was like, man, I want to do something else, you know? So the next day I came into work super early and I had an extra Red Bull and I had a sticky note and I wrote a positive message on there, you know, like your optimism is really powerful and you'll be unstoppable if you use this energy. Stay positive. Have a happy Friday. Is summarizing what I wrote on the note. And put the Post-it on the thing and set it on their office. And that really helped them through the day. And they emailed me and said, I needed that for today.
That's crazy.
I needed it. And I thought, you know, that made me feel good, but it also, you know, helped them with having a, you know, getting through the day of a tough day. Because I knew what was coming up. I knew what was happening.
Right.
And I was like, okay, today's going to suck for this person.
Right.
And I was like, if I can just give a little bit of encouragement.
Something.
And, but see, you know, I think that really helped.
But
that
see how important.
It's being aware. It was what we were talking about. Being aware of your surrounding and help, you know, just having a little bit of a positive influence on, you know, other people.
But we, you know, we run through this world so focused on the things that are not important to us, that we think are important to us. Because most of it is not important. A lot of it, right?
Right.
Facts. There are things that are important to us, which makes us believe that we need these other things to keep the important things around. Right?
Right.
Are you with me? And we get lost in the bullshit. And we forget that we're dealing with people on an everyday basis.
Right.
A lot of times, more than we are with our own family. And when we are with our own family, we're still forgetting that we're dealing with people.
Right.
Right?
With their own personalities.
We're focused on relations, the nature of the relationship, and still forgetting that we are dealing with people.
Right.
And so we want to impose our opinions on somebody else.
Right.
Sorry, I'm going in right now.
That's okay.
So instead of understanding our feelings and using that to relate and talk and deal with people, right? Because how many times could you have just got a text from the homie, got a text from wifey? I can't even tell you, man, how many times my kids done woke up in the mornings just say, "Good morning, Dad." And that's all the fuck I needed to get out the door.
Yep.
That you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, man.
That I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing it today. Morning, Dad. I'm gone. Right? But we forget those things as adults, especially as adults. And the older we get, until we get to an older age, right? We tend to remember those things then. We forget those things dealing with everyday life. Like, we got to deal with people the way that we want to be dealt with.
Yes. Very true. Yes.
And we got to, and so I would like to dive into the negative part of this shit, right? A part of energy, because we are so negative, bro. We use words like ugly, bad, terrible. I mean, one of my favorite words.
Bad could be good, though.
Bad could be good. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good. That's true. That's true.
But no,
that's true. That's facts, though. That's facts.
But I know what you mean, though. Yeah.
And one of my favorite words, trash. I use trash all the time. Shit is trash.
Trash.
It's trash.
Right.
Trash.
But it's a super negative word.
But it is. It is. It is. And we gotta.
It's being careful what you say.
Yeah.
You know, and especially in certain situations. You know.
And what you do, man, and how you and how you attack. Now, you could also just be super like into yourself and be negative.
Oh yeah, but then there's also people that want to drag you down with them to their level. That's their negative energy and their negative thoughts and their whatever they're going through. They want you there with them.
Yeah.
Please don't go there with them. I don't know how you do it, but you don't do it. Because I think it's easy. Negativity is easy. And
it's very
and this
easy.
Is the thing, man, is I don't care what it is. People like the easy path. Always like the easy path for the most part.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I want the easy path.
Yes.
Well, the
even
easy
subconsciously, yeah.
Right. And so negative energy can be easy. It can easy go down that road. Yeah. You could be, fuck this guy, fuck this, fuck that. And you constantly.
Yeah,
and
fuck everybody.
Right. And then you jump in, you're right. Fuck that shit. And then you start sinking to their level.
That's facts.
And it's harder, but it's better payoff to stay as positive as possible. Yes.
Yes.
If you see yourself going down that road of somebody trying to bring you down, try to turn that around and try to, at least walk away from whatever situation it is or whatever energy.
If you agree with somebody's opinion about whatever it is, the way you can be positive in that situation is you work to find a solution. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Like, right. There's always a way you can be positive. You can do what you said and just be like, fuck that dude. Yeah, fuck that dude.
Right.
Fuck them. Fuck that situation. Fuck that situation.
Right.
And then that's all you saying. Nothing got fixed.
Nothing.
You're still dealing with the situation.
Right.
Or you can say, man, you know what? I agree with you.
But then your attitude goes to shit because of it, though. Because you keep going, fuck this shit and this right. And that, and
And then you walking around saying fuck that, and everybody else around you saying fuck that. They don't even know why they saying fuck that. And that's why it's contagious. It's contagious.
Just like positive.
What you mean? Fuck that. Fuck that. What?
Right.
Ain't that right, man? Fuck that dude, right? Oh yeah, sure, man. Fuck everybody.
Right. But just like positive energy could be just as contagious, is what I'm trying to say. In short, is really, just try to be a little bit more positive about things.
So I think what we can do, I'll give my opinion on this.
Yeah.
Wake up every day with things that you can do to be positive.
Yes. And so I want to
Go ahead.
I want to say, because you said, your daughter or your daughters will say good morning to you, and that's all you need.
It's huge.
You know what I have hanging by my door,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for me,
Mm-hmm.
and it says, stay positive and love your life.
Mm-hmm.
As I walk out that door, I read that every day.
Mm-hmm.
That is inspiration to me,
Mm-hmm.
to remind myself to stay positive
Yes.
and love the life that you're in.
Yeah.
You only got one.
That's it.
So be as positive as possible
That's
and
facts.
work at it. Sorry.
No, you're good. No,
because I
no.
just wanted to
No,
have that thought.
1,000. Just you have to make it a conscious decision. Find something that you can attach your mind to, attach your energy to, that will take you to a positive place. It's very easy, like we said, to be negative.
Right.
Very easy to be negative. It's very easy to go to work and just be pissed off that you're in the situation. It's very easy to be negative in any situation, not just work, home, whatever, right? And we are both guilty of doing this in our own lives. We're all guilty.
We're all guilty.
We all
Every
do it
single-
somehow,
yes.
some way.
Yes.
I think the way to try to correct that is try to find something that, again, you can attach your mind to, and your energy to, and use that to change your energy, for one, so it can effectively change you and change everybody around you.
Right.
Whether it's a good morning, consciously saying good morning to everybody, consciously saying goodbye to everybody, consciously saying have a good day, consciously saying how was your day. You have to be conscious about what you do. Consciously not folding your arms when you talk, not having your hands in your pockets, right? Consciously looking somebody in the eyes when you talk. Like, there's so many things that you can do. Figure out what it is that you're doing that's creating negative energy. And then for your loved ones and people around you, if they're creating negative energy for you, address them on that.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah, man.
Address them on it.
Yep. I think those are all good, simple things that we all can do to, hone in on positive energy.
Right.
And affecting other people with positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool, man. So,
looking at my imaginary rollie, it's about that time.
All right, man. We got, for this week's album review, we have Kyle Dion.
Kyle Dion.
Yeah, man. So what do you think? Oh, Suga is the name of the album, by the way. And this is R&B.
Suga. This is actually the deluxe album.
Right. The deluxe version of the album. Yep.
Which is kind of a reissue of his debut album with, I think, a few more tracks. Yeah, man, go ahead.
So this album's pretty good, man. I really like the music in this on this album, man.
Yes. Production
great.
Production is crazy.
It is fantastic on this
production
album.
is crazy. No arguments.
Dude, it's fantastic. Also, I'm not a huge fan of males' higher pitch singing, but I think this works really, really well for this album. There are other artists too that I like that have a higher pitch voices that I enjoy, but I think this works. I think this works pretty well.
Okay.
Not across the board, but I think it works pretty well.
So,
what?
Production is crazy.
Hate the album.
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
No. But it's funny that you said that. My one takeaway from the album was it's high pitched.
Yeah.
The whole time, and which is not. It's not a problem. The problem is I felt like there wasn't enough to support. It was very monotonous. It was the same tone.
That is actually that's
every
very
song.
True. Yeah.
I feel like the only song that really got me was Glass House because he hit some crazy, whoa, like crazy harmonies in there.
Right.
That I was like, okay. Like there's a couple songs where he's hitting harmonies where it makes the song really, but like really bold.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was just a lot of the way that I felt like I was listening to Michael Jackson, but it wasn't Michael Jackson. I felt like I was listening to Prince, but it wasn't Prince.
Yep. I had the Prince.
I feel like
vibe.
I was listening to what could be the greats, but you wasn't attacking it the same way.
I got a Prince vibe from some of the stuff, some of the songs he did.
I mean, there was a song that I thought I was like, man, is that Mike?
But also there was a song on here. I think it was 69 Camaro. Anderson .Paak could have sang that song to me.
Oh man!
There was. I was like, oh man, I think he could have killed
the
song.
vibe. Like the vibe of the song was crazy. The delivery to me because it was way up here. The register was way up here, which is great. Like, dude, you can do that. I'm not hating.
Right.
Because I can't sing that fucking high.
Right.
But
you don't hear a lot of men singing that high anyway. You know. So I think it worked for the most part, and I understand what you're saying. It is a little monotonous. I think
it's just monotonous.
I know this is the deluxe album. I get it, but it felt a little tired by the end of it.
Oh man,
I was a little tired by the end of it. But I have to say it's had some good vibes to it though.
Oh, there's
some really good vibes on this song, man, or on this album. It's really kind of cool.
It's a good album. I think the one thing that I felt when I was listening to it, and I listened to most of my music in the car,
right,
was I got lost in the album, but I don't remember
that is
the lyrics
that's
of the album.
Actually, yes.
I felt like it was like mad soothing. It was good music. It made me calm, but it didn't make me. There was no like memorable moments of the album where I was like, yo, that was. Matter of fact, the Glass House, the reason that sticks out to me is because there's a part where he just does this crazy harmony, and I'm like, wait a minute. Rewind.
Yeah, let's go back to
that. That was it.
Right.
And then 69 Camaro, just because of the substance of the song.
Right.
But that was it.
Right. And do you so Glass House is your favorite
track?
Glass
House is my favorite track.
So my favorite track is actually Cherry Blossom, dude.
That's a dope track.
Love Cherry Blossom. But I like the guitar in Cherry Blossom. Yeah. And so if you, I know you've listened to the album, but I mean, when you listen to the album, there's really cool, like, things
funk.
That, funk,
it's real
fuzziness
funky.
stuff that they've done.
It's real.
I like kind of
it's real funky.
That's why I say the production on this is
is crazy.
Good, man. It is so good, man. I love the production.
Yes.
Like, I think you could have actually stripped away some of his vocals on some of the songs,
man, facts.
And it would have been better as an instrumental than it would have been with him singing.
That's facts.
Like, you know, I mean, Spend It, right? Track number 3 on there.
Oh yeah,
fire,
dope track.
Like, just the beat of that song.
The beat is crazy.
The bass line, when
I first heard the song, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a fire album." And then he sings in the same register the whole song.
Honestly, I was like, man, he should have got somebody else like he had on song number 15, where he had Duckworth on there, and
right. Right.
And I was like, I actually kind of wish there was actually a little bit more hip hop on there.
Yes.
Yes. And it didn't have to be one or two more songs.
I agree.
I would have been like, and Spend It was one of them.
I agree.
I was like waiting for somebody to spit some bars on it.
100% agree.
Just a verse.
100% agree.
You know, just a little bit of diversity, or even getting other more R&B singers on.
Yeah.
Like, look, I think it's dope that there's really not very many. There's only one, maybe two tracks of features on here.
Right.
But I would have liked about two more.
Yeah.
But I
I
like
agree.
artists though that do it on their own though too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Me too.
But anyways, I thought it was a pretty good album though. Not too bad.
Okay. What you got?
You go first.
I got a 7.
At a 7?
Yeah.
Man, I got it at 10.
Fuck you.
I'm just playing, man. Just playing, man. I actually have it at a 7.5. Got a little bit higher. There's I do, you know,
solid album.
It is, man. Hey,
good album.
7.5. It's a good album, man.
Yep.
It is actually a really good album.
Yep.
It's not something I want to listen to all the time.
Right.
But there are definitely some tracks on here that
could
be
songs.
definitely some playlist worthy.
For sure.
You know, and I'm sure everybody would have their own personal favorites of what they would like out of it. So, yeah, man. Cool, man.
All right, man.
Cool. Well,
we did it again.
We did it.
And we're going to do it again next week.
That's right.
Thank everybody for bearing with us this past week. Turn up my DB, Zeke, ZEK.ZIUS, the.gray, GREY .space.
Yep.
YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all the links will be out for you guys.
Right. Yeah.
Got anything else?
Stay positive out there.
Stay positive. And as always, you already know. This is the motherfucking gray space. Shh.